Can you imagine losing something so precious? Something that's been on your finger for 25 years? And then having it returned in a way that can only be described as a miracle? Well, stick around, because this is the story of Emily Chen and her lost wedding ring. For 25 years, Emily had never taken off her wedding ring. It wasn't just a symbol of her marriage to her husband, David. It was a family heirloom, her grandmother's ring, passed down through generations. It carried the weight of her family's history and the blessing of her late mother. But one crisp October afternoon, while Emily was raking leaves in her yard, the unthinkable happened. She looked down at her hand, and her heart sank. The ring was gone. She and David searched for hours, sifting through piles of autumn leaves, running their fingers through the cool soil, their hope dwindling with the fading daylight. But the ring had vanished. As the days turned into weeks, Emily's hope turned to grief. She mourned the loss not just of a piece of jewelry, but of a tangible connection to her past and a constant reminder of her love for David. Every time she glanced at her bare finger, a wave of sadness washed over her. Winter arrived, blanketing the yard in a thick layer of snow. The leaves, the soil, and whatever secrets they held were now buried, seemingly for good. Emily tried to accept that the ring was gone forever, but in her heart, she held onto a sliver of faith. She later admitted that she prayed every single day since she lost it. She wasn't just asking for a ring. She was asking God if he might somehow, against all odds, return this treasure to her. It was a quiet, personal prayer, a conversation between her and a higher power. Then came Christmas morning. The world was still and silent, covered in a fresh blanket of overnight snow. Emily and David were still asleep, but their teenage son, Jason, decided he wanted to do something nice for his parents. He bundled up, grabbed a shovel, and went outside to clear the driveway as a surprise. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a beautiful golden glow across the pristine white landscape. As Jason worked his way toward the old maple tree, the very spot where his mother had been raking months before, something sparkled. A glint of light, so bright and out of place, caught his eye. He stopped shoveling and walked closer, squinting against the morning sun. And there, sitting perfectly on top of the freshly fallen snow, was a ring. It wasn't buried. It wasn't covered in dirt or frost. It was just there, clean, gleaming, and looking as if someone had just placed it gently on a white velvet cushion. Jason's heart pounded. He recognized it immediately. It was his mom's ring. But how? It made no sense. It should have been buried under months of decaying leaves, packed earth, and layers of old snow. For it to be sitting on top of the fresh snowfall was impossible. There was no logical explanation. It was as if it had been lifted from the frozen ground and placed there just for him to find. He rushed inside, his voice filled with excitement. "Mom! Dad! You have to see this." He held out his hand, and there in his palm lay the lost ring. When Emily saw it, she gasped, her hands flying to her mouth. Tears of disbelief and pure joy streamed down her face as David wrapped his arms around her. It wasn't just the return of a ring. It was an answer to a prayer she had whispered for months. It was a Christmas miracle, delivered on the most magical morning of the year. As Emily slid the ring back onto her finger, it felt like a part of her had been restored. The empty space was filled, not just with gold and diamonds, but with an overwhelming sense of peace and gratitude. The family calls that day their Christmas resurrection. It's a story they tell every year, a beautiful and powerful reminder that sometimes the things we think are lost forever can be returned to us in the most unexpected and miraculous ways. Emily wears her ring today with a gratitude that runs deeper than ever before. It's no longer just a symbol of her marriage or her family history. It's a testament to her faith, a reminder that even the smallest, most personal desires of our hearts are heard. It's a story that proves that in a world that can sometimes feel chaotic and random, there are moments of pure, unexplainable grace. And what could be a more perfect gift on Christmas morning than that? Thank you so much for watching and letting me share this incredible story with you. If it touched your heart, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more stories that warm the soul. We'll see you in the next one.